you know, because what I love about Tyler is not only is he an angel, not only is he a genius, not only is he unapologetic as a leader, but he also makes you feel valued and seen and appreciated, and he goes out of his way to do that. And I think about, like, you know, how people pay it forward, and I don't know if anyone paid it forward to him, but he most certainly pays it forward to everyone else.
Felita called me back and say, baby girl, they said you too difficult to work with. But you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbert I was difficult to work with.
Taraji P. Henson just dove headfirst into the chaos, defending Tyler Perry in the middle of one of Hollywood's messiest legal showdowns. Actor Dixon hit Tyler with some wild accusations, the kind that leave jaws on the floor. And instead of laying low, Taraji came out swinging, standing by Tyler like her whole rep depends on it. But the internet, they're not letting it slide. Social media is lighting her up and it's turning into a PR nightmare. Taraji and Tyler go way back, and over 16 years in the game together. They've teamed up on tons of projects, and she even starred in his latest film. So yeah, her loyalty tracks on the surface. But online, people are giving her the side eye big time. Like, why is she riding so hard for him when the claims are this serious? And it gets even messier. Word is, Derek Dixon might not be the only one talking. There's talk that other young men might step up with their own stories about Tyler. If that happens, Taraji's loyalty won't just look bad, it could blow up in her face. People are already saying she's putting movie checks above truth and justice. And get this, sources say Taraji didn't just defend Tyler quietly. Behind closed doors, she allegedly went off on Derek, calling him a liar and claiming he's just another white man trying to take down a successful black mogul.
You said that Tyler Perry was the first person, I think I've got this right, who paid you what you were worth.
Yeah.
That's a huge statement.
And you've been doing this for
over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about what that realization
It's so
felt like.
crazy because I actually cried. You know, because what I love about Tyler is not only is he an angel, not only is he a genius, not only is he unapologetic as a leader, but he also makes you feel valued and seen and appreciated, and he goes out of his way to do that. And I think about, like, you know, how people pay it forward, and I don't know if anyone paid it forward to him, but he most certainly pays it forward to everyone else.
Insiders say she's been dragging Derek's name, saying he turned on Tyler because he didn't land a bigger role in his projects. It's getting nasty out here. Taraji's been out here saying Derek Dixon wanted to skip the hustle and blow up overnight. No grind, no patience, just instant fame. And when that dream didn't come true, she claims he turned cold and chaotic. But here's the real tea. What does Taraji really know? Is this just her writing for a friend, or is she guarding her own spot in Tyler Perry's powerful circle? The streets are talking, and the drama's only heating up. Now, everybody knows climbing the Hollywood ladder ain't easy. It takes blood, sweat, and straight-up struggle. But Taraji's allegedly telling folks Derek tried to jump the line by name-dropping his so-called friendship with Tyler Perry. She even downplayed it, calling it a friendship. And fans caught that quick. They're not buying it, and eyebrows are flying up everywhere. According to Derek, the whole thing started back in 2019 at some event. He says Tyler spotted him in the crowd, walked right up and asked for his number, saying, "I might have something for you." Let's be real. When a Hollywood heavyweight like Tyler Perry steps to you personally, it sounds like a major break is coming. But what did Derek actually get? A blink and you'll miss it cameo in Ruthless. Just 2 episodes. Later, he landed a part in The Oval, but it still wasn't the stardom he thought he was promised. No spotlight, no red carpets, just small roles that didn't live up to the hype. Now Taraji's allegedly out here flipping the narrative, telling people Derek got salty because his big break never came. She's saying he expected that A-list treatment right out the gate. And when that didn't happen, he switched up and came for Tyler with heavy accusations. It's turning into a full-blown storm. Taraji claims Derek's moves weren't about justice. They were about revenge. But here's where it really starts to unravel. Some fans think her loyalty to Tyler Perry runs deeper than just friendship. They say she's not just defending him, she might be protecting herself too. Because let's be real, Tyler's one of the only power players in Hollywood cutting big checks for black talent, especially black women. While stars like Monique have blasted him in the past, others, like Megan Good, have called him a real one who actually pays people what they're worth. So now the question is loud. Is Taraji riding for Tyler because she believes in him, or is she guarding the bag and keeping those juicy deals coming? But wait, it gets wilder. Word is, Taraji allegedly gets some serious VIP treatment from Tyler, and he might even be making quiet moves behind the scenes just for her. Here's a bombshell most folks never knew. Taraji wasn't supposed to play Cookie Line on Empire. That role, it was meant for someone else entirely. Believe it or not, the original pick was Monique. Yep, the same Monique who clashed with Tyler over Precious. Director Lee Daniels had worked with her before, and when they made peace, he offered her Cookie as a peace offering. Everything was locked in, until it wasn't. Just days later, Lee allegedly hit her back and pulled the role. Why? He said the powers behind the scenes didn't want her. They said she was too difficult to work with, and just like that, it was a wrap. The part went to Taraji, and fans have never stopped wondering if someone up top made that call. Could Tyler have played a part in the switch-up? Now that's the tea. People can't stop sipping. That was the excuse, and just like that, the role was snatched and handed to Taraji. But here's where it gets extra shady. Word on the street is Tyler Perry had his fingerprints all over that switch-up. Insiders claim he pulled strings behind the scenes to lock Taraji in for Empire. And let's be honest, it was a power move. He shut Monique down again and catapulted Taraji into TV royalty.
I thought I read somewhere that Oprah had issued you an apology and Tyler had issued an apology. That's not correct.
No.
The only person that's given you an apology.
You saw it. It's Lee Daniels.
So now, when people ask why Taraji's going so hard defending Tyler during all this drama, there's your answer. She owes him, and it's looking major. But that's not all. Taraji just led his new film, Straw, which has been dominating Netflix. Trending worldwide, shattering records, all thanks to Tyler's backing. So yeah, Taraji's got everything riding on him staying clean. If his name goes down, her success could go with it. But fans aren't having it. They're calling her out left and right, saying she's putting her career over what's right. These are serious allegations, and when you plant yourself on one side without knowing the full truth, people will definitely come for you. Let's be real though. Taraji wasn't totally off when she said Derek expected Tyler to make him a star. A chunk of the actual court docs do suggest that. Allegedly, Tyler dangled big promises. Career growth, creative control, producing Derek's pilot, even casting him in shows. But when Derek didn't match that same energy, things reportedly took a dark turn. According to the lawsuit, Tyler used his influence and power to pull Derek in, then allegedly created a manipulative, exploitative environment pushing personal and professional boundaries in the worst way. It's no wonder fans are demanding answers, because this whole situation, it's messy and it's only getting worse. The court docs lay it all out. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create a coercive, exploitative dynamic with Mr. Dixon, promising career moves like producing his pilot and casting him, only to allegedly hit him with escalating battery and professional retaliation when Derek didn't return the unwanted energy. That's straight from the legal files, and it's wild. This allegedly went down while Derek was working as a series regular on The Oval, one of Tyler's big-time shows. And since Tyler held all the cards, the paychecks, the roles, the future, the power dynamic was way off. According to Derek, it didn't stop at just rejection. It turned into straight-up career punishment. Then Derek dropped names. Big ones. He put Tyler in the same convo as Hollywood's most infamous, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Diddy, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes. He claimed Mr. Perry's success has led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. And the part that hit the hardest? There are things in this life that money cannot buy. That comparison has the whole industry shook, and it didn't stop there. Derek laid out how it all shifted after their first meeting in 2019, but said it got real sketchy in 2020. That's when Tyler allegedly invited him to his Atlanta mansion. Hoping it would help his career, Derek said yes. He claims he was trying to stay in Tyler's good graces, chasing those bigger roles, but things took a strange turn. That night, Derek drank too much and ended up sleeping in the guest room. And that is where he says everything started spiraling into something way darker, way more disturbing. This ain't just industry gossip anymore, so this is serious. The court docs hit hard. Derek claims Tyler Perry climbed into bed with him and started touching his thighs. He says he shut it down quick, but according to him, that didn't stop Tyler's interest. The timeline's a little fuzzy, but when you connect the dots, it looks like it all went down after Derek's blink and you miss it role on Ruthless, but before he landed a spot on The Oval. And here's where it gets even messier. After Derek turned him down politely, that's when the offers allegedly started rolling in. Tyler reportedly gave him a much bigger role on The Oval. Not the lead, but still a major step up from what he had. At first, Derek thought he was finally leveling up, like his acting grind was paying off. But behind the scenes, things were shifting in a whole new way. Sources say around that time, Tyler allegedly started sending bold, suggestive texts, asking personal questions, dropping hints, and even saying straight up that he had experience with men. That alone had people raising eyebrows, but then Derek says it went a step further.
See, when Lee Daniels says to me, because Cookie from the show Empire, I was offered that role. Now, Taraji tore it up, baby, listen here. However, I was offered that. Then Felita called me back and say, baby girl, they said you're too difficult to work with. but you hear on the audio that a man told David Talbert I was difficult to work with.
He played a character named Dale, a broke gay store clerk who had to sleep with people to survive. According to Derek, Tyler told him that Dale wasn't just a character. It was exactly what he wanted in real life. Someone loyal, broke, and easy to control. That shook a lot of people. Because if true, that casting choice, it wasn't just business, it was personal. Even though Derek had already turned Tyler down, he said he was still walking on eggshells. Tyler wasn't just a friend, he was the boss, the one who controlled, who stayed working, and who got ghosted from the scene. So Derek said he tried to set boundaries softly, letting Tyler know he wasn't into that kind of relationship, without burning bridges. But according to him, it didn't stop there. Things got even more uncomfortable later in 2020, and this whole situation was far from over. Tyler allegedly invited Derek back to Atlanta, and that's when things took a dark turn. Derek says everything started off chill with a warm welcome, but the vibe flipped fast. He claims Tyler suddenly asked if he liked it rough, then grabbed him by the throat and said, "Look how excited you just got." According to Derek, that moment shook him to the core. But just when you think it couldn't get any more intense, Derek dropped the most disturbing bomb yet. He says the most aggressive encounter happened in June 2021, again at Tyler's Atlanta mansion. Derek was staying in the guest house, just wearing his underwear, when Tyler allegedly came in late at night. At first, Tyler claimed he was just giving a goodnight hug, but according to Derek, it escalated fast. He says Tyler yanked down his underwear, groped him, and whispered, "Relax, just let it happen. It's not going to hurt." That's when Derek says he panicked, trying to change the subject just to get out of the situation without setting off a bigger reaction. At first, the internet didn't know what to make of it. Some folks thought Derek was just chasing clout, until he pulled out the receipts, and not just any receipts. Screenshots of actual text messages between him and Tyler Perry. One of them hit hard. It read like a desperate plea. Tyler allegedly texted, "What's it gonna take for you to have guiltless intimacy? Have y'all found that yet in therapy?" That line had the internet spiraling. Tyler was clearly referring to Derek's internal struggle with faith and guilt, trying to pick it apart. Derek clapped back with sarcasm, texting, "Giving up my religious guilt? Becoming a Buddhist? That's so cool where you come from." The vibe was tense, and it painted a picture that had people rethinking everything. This was no longer just gossip. It was deep, personal, and disturbing. Tyler responded with, "Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ." The convo only got deeper from there. Tyler then texted, "Nice. Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? Is it stronger? You gotta have a strong no." Derek shot back at, "Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm gonna sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real." Tyler replied, "Well, I don't think that, but I do think you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear." Then came the kicker. Derek, clearly joking, wrote, "I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar. Just kidding." Tyler clapped back with, "Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you threw in prison. So just stick to the no unless you're really into him." And then Tyler dropped something even more loaded. "I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend." Fans were floored. These messages painted a whole new picture, not just of flirtation, but emotional manipulation wrapped in concern. Tyler's words started sounding less like advice and more like pressure. And then came another chilling line. "Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon." That one hit different, but it didn't stop there. Not even close. Derek says the more he pushed back, the more bold Tyler got. According to him, Tyler began asking blunt, in-your-face questions about his preferences, like whether he was a top or a bottom. For those unfamiliar, that's slang for who takes control in intimate situations. It was no longer just suggestive, it was getting explicit. The way this story kept escalating, fans couldn't believe how deep it really went, and the receipts just kept piling up. Derek claims Tyler didn't hold back. He allegedly told him straight up that he'd had experiences with men and that he's always been the top. Then it got even more explicit. Tyler allegedly said, "When you have a big D and hit the spot just right, bottoms go crazy wild." It wasn't just attraction. Tyler was allegedly laying out the blueprint of what he wanted. Derek says Tyler described his ideal setup. Someone who's already in a relationship but still down to be emotionally involved and physically active on the side. Basically, a no strings, friends with benefits deal. Tyler allegedly made it clear he didn't want love, just the physical perks. No drama, no commitments, just vibes. The whole thing, straight up messy, and now fans are seriously side-eyeing Taraji for standing by him so hard. But even with all the accusations piling up, Taraji hasn't budged one bit. She still seems to believe that whatever happened between Tyler and Derek was mutual, and that Derek only flipped once the fame and big roles didn't come through. If nothing else, this whole situation made one thing loud and clear. Taraji P. Henson is riding hard for Tyler Perry. Through the noise, through the lawsuits, through the backlash, she's standing 10 toes down. Whether that's true loyalty or just protecting the bag, well, that's for you to decide. So what's your take? Is Taraji showing ride or die loyalty or just making sure her Hollywood money keeps flowing? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Because trust, we've got more heat on the way. And it's only getting hotter.